We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Drop deep, drop deep.
On second down, it's Coleman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now the Georgia Southern man, this is Jerick McKinnon. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Black 80! 54. Record. 2. Mike 54. Right here.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. They find some open field here. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings us all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On second down, it's Carson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a second and 11.
Hey, Charlie. Mike 54. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they were hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
10 yards and a Seattle first down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
Big stop, let's go. Check, 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 check.
On first down, Carson, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the Niners' 43-yard line.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Touch 50, touch 50. Gotta go, in and out, let's go.
Throwing on second down, Wilson. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Here we go, here we go. Check to run it, run it, run it.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
This is taken at about the 14. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Set to take over again here on offense, Jimmy G and the 49ers. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going to the opponents, get it to his own receivers and find the end zone.
Yeah, you mentioned those 2 picks. No touchdown passes yet either. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Hey, high 7.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Here comes the ball. I see you, boy. I see you.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll pick up the 1st down for Seattle on a gain of 18. This is Carson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl.
They run it with Carson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Go. Ball trot. 54. Let's check. Man, that's trash. That's trash. Watch it. Got it. Easy.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Come on,
Wilson turns and gives to Procise. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. On 1st down, again, they go Procise. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A 2nd down carry for Procise. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a 1st down. They ran it and picked it up.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Here's Carson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll try to run with Carson, and he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. That time a 9-play drive, and it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo now to lead his offense back out there. And I never played quarterback, but I'm thinking as a quarterback, you're a little bit into the game now, second quarter, you're losing, you're not playing well, probably feels like a lot of weight on your shoulders.
Certainly does, but it's something that quarterbacks have to be used to because they're always carrying around that weight. So how do they adjust the weight? How do they make it work for them? How do they work against it? That's what we're going to find out going forward.
Yeah, they'll be trying to get all that weight off his shoulders here on this drive. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
15 seconds, all that remains for this first half as they come up 1st and 10. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
We have hit. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Right back to Prosine. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you get 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill out the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
From the 41, Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Check 24. Check 24. Alert. Shit.
On third down, Wilson. Flushed out right. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. D. Ford drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And San Francisco gets set to go here. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, and if finally we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something.
Heads up. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second down, McKinnon. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And all the way down to the 12. It's a big play there from a big play guy, Jerick McKinnon. 43 yards on the ground. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Back now here in Santa Clara.
Here we go.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle there to make the grab. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. And it was a tight window. He knew he had to rocket that thing in there. He got it done.
And when you're able to complete one like that, your confidence has to just go sky high. You just mentioned it. Tight window, zings it in there despite excellent coverage. Result, touchdown.
11. Hey, Zoo. You.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So they go with a pass, and it works there on the two-point try. Charles, just in general, what are your thoughts passing versus running on two-point conversion? Situational?
It is situational, and you have to know your team. What is your strength? Because so many people think you have to throw the ball in a two-point conversion, but the stats will tell you that running it is about as proficient. So know your team and go to your strength.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
On first down, Procise. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally, wrestled down at the 11. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
It's a gain of 20. And the Seahawks, first down.
They'll run with Procise. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Sometimes a group that gets